Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Rift News, the show most of you are going to watch because everyone is on holidays and no one's really making videos and someone needs to talk about the news. Well, it's been a while since we covered the news, but that's because nothing was really happening. Even Riot themselves will take a bit of a break during winter. But thankfully, last week they dropped everything so that they can enjoy some free time. So let's cover it all, as always, starting with League. In League on live servers, we got the Winter Blast event, which everyone agreed feels like the least wintry event we got so far. There are no new game modes, no Poro King, only the ARM update. And skins. And out of the two, some people don't like the ARM update. People find the balance to be quite off. So we'll see if this was worth avoiding all the other game modes. Speaking of which, even though Riot told us that Nexus Blitz would return before the end of the year, last week they confirmed it will not. Apparently, as they were working on other things, they broke the UI pop-ups for Nexus Blitz. So they indirectly broke it and they couldn't make it come back. My personal theory is that the new jungle pathing broke Nexus Blitz. That's the only part of the overlapping UI that could have affected other game modes. But who knows what really happened. What we know is that Nexus Blitz is not coming back. Anyway, on PBE we got whole new 13 new skins. However, there is actually a reason why we got 13 of them. It's because half of them are the new Lunar skins and the other half are the Mythmaker skins. These are two separate skin lines which will likely be released in two separate skins. But they were both released now because the holidays are coming. And again, Riot probably wants to take some time off. So let's quickly go through all of them, starting with the Mythmakers. First of all, there is Mythmaker Zyra. This one has a really cool design when it comes to her flowers. And I have to say, I love the bright red ultimate. Then there is Mythmaker Galio, who is amazing. It is basically armored up Galio. Also, his bright red spell effects are great. There is also Mythmaker Sivir. While for the other skins the bright red spell effects are beautiful, Sivir always had an outline around the blade as she was throwing it out. I assume this was for visibility. And so here they had to slap some green onto the red, so that her Q would stay visible. Other than that, it's fine. There is also Mythmaker Garen, which is another really good one. I love the blade design he has in this skin. Also, the bright red blade storm and the crimson ultimate are a really nice touch. And lastly, there is the legendary Mythmaker Irelia. As it should be with legendary skins, the animations are gorgeous. The blades feel a lot sharper than in her default skin. They also flow not in perfect unison, which makes them feel a lot deadlier. What's also cool is that her ultimate makes a small pond with flowers, and when you stack up her passive, she actually has a sun above her head. So overall, this is a really good one. And of course, because we have to have a prestige skin, we got Sivir, which slightly changed the clothing. Other than that, she became champagne pink. Anyway, now on to the Lunar skins. First, there is Lunar Empress Qiyana, which is fine. When it comes to Qiyana, the elements always overwhelm the skin, so it is really hard to appreciate the new model. Now, Lunar Guardian Malphite is amazing. He is basically a giant mountain among the clouds. And the clouds even have physics as he moves around. Then we got Lunar Guardian Kha'Zix. I mean, he looks great, but he is a bit too close to the old championship Kha'Zix. I think they should have gone for a different color palette. Next there is Lunar Emperor Thresh. They basically turned him into a demon in this skin. He looks good, but something feels off about him. It could be that the gold spells are not as pronounced against Summoner's Rift, but it could also be the strange demonic face. And lastly, there is Lunar Empress Ashe. When I first looked at this one, I thought, I have definitely seen this one before. And that's because this one is quite close to her other skins. The cloak is very similar to Fade Dragon, And the overall colors are not too far away from something like her cosmic skin. It is a good skin, but it doesn't feel that special. Now, did you notice that? There was no prestige skin. And that's because the second wave is getting Prestige Porcelain Lysandra. It has very good crystallized spells. Also completely redesigned dress and shards. But I wonder why none of the other lunar skins got a prestige skin. Why this one? Is it because all the others were already gold and so you couldn't make them golder? Anyway, lastly, there is also the Lunar Revel Ward. Now, besides these, in the Mythic store, there will also be a new chroma for Dragonmancer Lee Sin. And I have to say, it actually looks good. It even gave Lee Sin his original spell colors. Now, on top of this, we got 4 new Mythmaker emotes, none of which are too special. 2 new special Chinese emotes. For these, we have no idea if they will come to the West. But I know as a fact people will want that Thalia. And then there are 8 new esports emotes. Esports always dive into memes. So this time we got Gwen, Vex and Gnar, then Lilia, which Dums is gonna appreciate, and Kled and Warwick. To be fair, I'm not actually sure what memes most of these are referencing, if they are referencing any. Then we have new icons for all the new skins, as well as some Lunar Revel Poros. There is also a Battle Bunny Misfortune icon, which means it's a new merch item. Next, we have to talk about the fact that Jax got a mid-scope update. This one was really hyped up, so buckle up. His Q doesn't have AP scaling anymore, that was moved onto his stun. His ultimate now became a new active damaging ability. He sweeps his staff around and gains resistances and damage based on how many enemies he hit. And as long as this buff is active, his passive procs on every second attack. Now these changes are fine, but he also got the new minigame which everyone was looking forward to. It's a minigame about fishing. You just stand in the river and you have a chance to automatically catch a fish. You don't press a button, you just catch it. Yeah, for as hyped up as this was, we were expecting a bit more. And on top of that, you're basically rewarding AFK in the river with fish. Anyway, even though everyone is looking forward to the Ahri ASU, she has not appeared on PBE yet. However, one texture for a new chroma accidentally appeared in the files. It is a new chroma for the Foxfire Ahri, which is only gonna be available in Korea as a part of their anniversary. But that scary face is all we got. Now we can also mention that what used to be Garena is now having their first welcome event. So after Riot cut their ties with Garena, if you played in the East and you migrated your account over to Riot, you can already join the celebrations. There is a whole new event currency only available in the East, and we don't really know what it's gonna be spent on, but we know the events are already running. But that is really it for League, so now let's move on to TFT. In TFT, Monsters Attack launched. This came with a really good cinematic. I mean, every time there is a new set, the cinematics have always been good. We can also mention the fact that Mordog hosted the new TFT Summit. And I loved this event. It was very chill and fun, but also professional. It really captured the feeling of playing TFT, even though it was a competitive environment. Now, besides this, we can also mention something strange. There are 2 new little legends which Riot officially revealed, and then they realized, oh, we revealed it too early, and they deleted all the evidence. While at the same time, all the evidence are already patched onto PBE. So we're not really sure why they deleted all the videos. Anyway, here's what we got. Later on, roughly when Lunar Revel is gonna happen, TFT will see 1 new little legend. That's the new bunny one. But besides this new bunny little legend, there is also gonna be new Chibi Annie. This is the one that was posted by Riot Japan and then they deleted the video, even though Chibi Annie is on PBE right now. Anyway, because every Chibi champion also has a skin, This time we are getting the Panda Annie. However, that is it for TFT as well. Everyone is grinding ranked now. So now, let's quickly have a look at Wild Rift. In Wild Rift we kinda mentioned all that's coming last time. However, now all the teased things are being released. First of all, Spirit Blossom is arriving to Wild Rift on December 15th. This one comes in with all the skins, which we have talked about multiple times, as well as Lilia, which Dums is gonna appreciate. But on top of that, it will come with the event where you will build your little village with the champions. I am really curious to see what that event will be about. But besides that, they also released their Chroma Crash skins, which also got their own cinematic. And of course, the 3 champions who got these are Samira, Echo and Jinx. However, apparently, during one of the behind scenes of how they made the Chroma Crash art, they accidentally put in a version of the art that also showed Zeri. So it is likely that Zeri is coming to Wild Rift, and it was just accidentally leaked. But who knows if that's actually happening. And when it comes to Wild Rift, the last thing we can mention is that there will be no more esports in the West. Long story short, no one really watched Wild Rift in the West. So from now on, the esports will exclusively happen in the East, which I don't really think is a surprise. But that's it for Wild Rift as well, so now let's have a look at Legends of Runeterra. Here the World's Finals just happened. And even though I couldn't watch the last matches, I've heard they were pretty awesome. The entire tournament was quite hyped because everyone was playing with the new cards. So we got to see a lot of Aatrox. However, Rise wasn't so good. Anyway, with this we also got the Bloodwoven event. I absolutely love these because these simply show us what would happen if the rest of the Ascended were also turned into the Darkin. This isn't like the other corrupted skins, where for example Pantheon couldn't really be turned into a Darkin. I mean, he is not a Shuriman Ascended, so it's not possible. But when it comes to Nasus, Renekton, Azir and Xerath, had the story played out differently, they all could have been Darkin. And that's what these skins are. While they are not necessarily canon, they do show us what would canonically happen if all of these were on the front lines of the Icathian War. And from all of these, Renekton might be the most brutal. His final level up is so good. And of course, this event also arrived with new card backs, as well as 3 new emotes, which TB will enjoy using in his videos. But that is it for Legends of Runeterra as well, so now on to Valorant. In Valorant, Riot is still constantly pumping out new skins. And I have to say, all of those skins are always good. But that's not really why you're here, is it? Because all of you are here for that one single lore moment. This makes me wish I stayed more in touch with the lore of Valorant. But what I do know is that this moment was planned in the lore for about 2 years. This isn't something that Riot just put in there for the sake of, hey, look at this. No, this was actually being teased in all the stories for a very long time. And so when they finally gave us this glorious image, it was a proper payoff that a lot of people have been waiting for. That's why this lore moment actually felt really good. But I bet some people will complain anyway, because people are weird. Anyway, Valorant also has one new thing that we should mention. From December the 8th to January the 1st, if you connect your Xbox account to your Riot account, you get a bunch of free stuff for all your games. Usually it is a bunch of new randomized loot. But specifically for Valorant, it will give you a new exclusive buddy, which as far as we know, you can't get any other way. So if you are a buddy collector, remember to connect your account, because you're gonna hate yourself. But that is it for this episode of Rift News. I wanted this one to be short. We'll see how short it's actually gonna be. I'm always near 20 minutes. But yeah, Christmas is coming, so I'm not expecting anything new till the end of the year. Which means that I'm going to go back to talk about weird topics. And believe it or not, before the end of the year, I might talk about Seraphine.